What's up, everybody? Reggie Edwards, the Front Row Report. I am joined tonight by Sal from the band Sworn Enemy. Man, how's it going, brother?
Hey, pretty good, man. Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for giving me a call and taking time. I really appreciate it. And
my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Awesome, man. It's an exciting time for Sworn Enemy right now. We got Living on Borrowed Time coming out next month. The second single, Do or Die, released today, which is killer single, killer song. I had a chance to check out the record this week, and it's outstanding, man. It's very, very well
Thank
done.
you.
Very well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's talk about this, about the second single. Let's talk about Do or Die. If you ask me, I think it really summarizes what Sworn Enemy is all about right now, and really gives fans a good idea about what to expect from the album.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that, man. I can agree with that. We have that mentality, do or die. This is it, pretty much. Like, we've been given a second. Well, I've been given a second chance because after 2009, a bunch of members leave.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, all right, well, should I put it away, call it a day? I had my fun, whatever, and found a bunch of guys that willing to do it and wanting to do it. So, like I said, this is our time. We need to do or die. That's it.
Awesome. What was the process like finding? It's like you said, back in 2009, a bunch of guys left. What was the process like finding some new guys and getting things started again? What was that process like for you?
Well, starting with the drummer. We got a drummer right away because I had my friend Dan. He's a really good drummer, and he's actually the guy that we tried out back in 2002 to be the drummer. I got outvoted by the rest of the guys. I wanted Danny, the other guys didn't, so it just worked out that he wasn't doing anything right now, and he was able to join. And most of the people that are in the band right now are because of him. His friend Jeff, who worked for Danny back when he played in Suicide City, and he knew the other guitar player, Mac Arzilli, for The Neighborhood, and being close to Powerhouse guys, Mike Pooch, the bass player, he was friends with him as well, so he asked him, and it really just worked out good for Sworn Enemy, I have to say.
Nice. Yeah, the album as a whole sounds very, very crisp and very good. How important are the first few singles, especially for this album right now? How important are those first two singles that you're going to release for you and for the fans?
It's really important for us because we got to let people know that not only are we back, but we're back with a stellar product. We got to let people hear banging shit right off the bat. They got to know that, oh my God, Sworn Enemy. Oh, shit, they still got it. They haven't lost it. They haven't lost a step at all. So it's really important that the first couple singles that got released really have a major impact on everybody. Like we want everybody to go like, holy shit.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I said when I started listening to Living on Borrowed Time. Is I actually listened to it at about 7 o'clock this morning. 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh wow! Awesome.
It woke me up, that's for sure. And then after that, I just remember thinking, "Holy shit! This is heavy. This is Sworn Enemy. This is what they're all about." And it's also the debut on Rock Ridge for you guys. The last couple were on Century Media. You moved from Century Media to Rock Ridge. What is it about Rock Ridge that really stuck out to you guys, and how was that transition?
Well, I mean, after the last record debacle with Century Media, where they pretty much shelved it on us and they didn't do a damn thing for us and then dropped us, it kind of hurt because people in the music industry, the first thing they look at is, okay, what did your last record do? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not a fair assessment of the band because our last record got no push, got shelved. They didn't do anything for the last record. So everybody looks at the last record and says, oh, it only sold this many records. Yeah, but that's not anything about the band that you should worry about. band goes out and does their thing. They tour. People are going to buy the records. Don't worry about what the last record sales was. And that's what most of the record labels looked at. It was what the Total World Domination did. You know, people see the record didn't sell a lot. The band is a new band. It's, you know, the only one original member left is the singer. So everybody had their you know, inclination that the band was done. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we had other thoughts. The band's not done.
Right.
And Rockridge said that I want, you know, I'll give you guys a shot. I want you guys to be on my label. And they were the first ones to step up to the plate. So, you know what? We went with them.
Awesome. So now that you're with Rockridge, what are some of the advantages about being with that label? Obviously, they've helped you guys put out an outstanding record. What really stands out to you about being on that label?
Oh, well, like I said, they stepped up and they wanted us, you know, and I felt that, as well as everybody else in the band, look, that's a record label, they're big, they want us. You know, we didn't have to go, you know, begging for record labels to sign us. They came and wanted us, so we were like, if they want us, that means they're hungry for us, you know what, they're going to do good for us. So it totally just made sense to just go with them.
Awesome. Now, like you said, this is the first record, kind of a little bit of a comeback record for Sworn Enemy in some ways.
Absolutely.
And it's very vocal, lyrically vocal, thematically strong. It's the message in there is very crystal clear what you're trying to say lyrically on this album. Can you tell me a little bit about sitting down? Because obviously there was a lot of emotion that you had going on when you sat down to write this. What was really take me through the process of creating Living on Borrowed Time?
Well, I'm going to say honestly, this is the first record that I didn't solely write all the lyrics myself.
Nice.
I had help, and that's Matt Barzilli. I'd say he did 40% of the lyrics to this record, and that was totally different for me because I was used to always being the sole lyricist. You know, I wrote all the lyrics to every song in the past. This record, while we were writing it, you know, in my personal life, bad things had happened at the time while we were in the process of recording the record, and, you know, I pretty much delayed this record being made by at least six months to a year. That was on me because there was just things going on in my life that, you know, it was not a good time. So Matt really stepped up big, helped me out, so I didn't go crazy stressing out about having to write all the lyrics, and you know, it was a great collaboration. Actually working with somebody that gave a lot of input, a lot of ideas. You know, he just gave me papers and papers and papers of lyrics and said, here, put them to the songs, use them as you wish, do whatever you want with them, change the words around, change the sentences around. Just, if you need, they're there for you to help make it happen. I was like, that's great. So that was really a big help. I mean, you know, I couldn't be more happy with him doing that because it was, like I said, it was a bad time for me, and I don't know if I would be able to get all the songs done in time.
Well, I mean, thank God there was some help in there, and thank God the album turned out as well as it did, because I mean, I can't say fans are going to freak out when they hear how good this record is. I mean, it's...
I hope so.
Anybody who's been a long-time Sworn Enemy fan is going to just absolutely love it. It's going to have everything they could want and more, I think. And you guys are going to hit the road not too long. The album comes out on the 13th. I think you guys are of next month, you guys are hitting the road on the 17th, maybe like 4 or 5 days after the record releases.
Yeah.
So that can go both ways sometimes with the fans. Sometimes the fans eat up the material and love all the new stuff. They know it, and sometimes fans aren't completely familiar with the material yet, depending on, you know. What have your experiences been touring right after a record releases? And do you feel like it helps? Do you feel like that affects the reception of the record or the success? Or what's the feeling?
Well, in my personal opinion, I think that when you put out a record, or let's say like us, we're putting it out on the 13th, and then we're going to start touring on the 17th. I think it's really good for the record. People start learning it fast. You know, it's 5 days later, we're already hitting the road, and people have a chance to pick up the CD and start learning all the words and and it's actually just enjoying the record. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it's big for the band that we're going to go out right away. I think if for bigger bands who are more well known, like radio stuff, I think they put stuff out on the radio first, and fans get to hear it. I think it's better for them because that's stuff that they have a budget for.
Right.
A band like us doesn't have a budget for stuff like that, so we need to get out on the road and promote it as much as we can, as quickly as we can.
Right. And on the other hand, when bands do that and put stuff out on radio, a lot of time fans only know that one song off the new record. When in this case, fans are going to know probably a good chunk of the record because there's not going to be that one song that everybody knows and that only a couple of people are turning out to see. So it kind of works both ways, I guess.
I guess yeah, it does.
So, and you got the first show is in New York, actually, on the 17th, I believe.
Yeah.
How exciting is it to kick off the tour for the new album in New York? I mean, of all places. I mean, that's going to be huge.
You can't ask for a better kickoff than that.
Exactly.
Especially the type of show that it is. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the lineup for that show?
I haven't seen the lineup for that show yet, unfortunately. No.
Yeah, look up the Black and Blue Ball.
Right. It's I'm actually booting up my computer.
Sick.
I'm booting up the computer right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hatebreed, Agnostic Front, Biohazard, All Out War, Sworn Enemy, whole shit ton of bands.
Man, that's going to be a good show. I mean, anytime you get and you have some history with Hatebreed as well. With the first record on Jamie's label. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a reunion in itself.
We've always done a lot of playing shows and with Hatebreed, and we've always gotten along with those guys. Whenever we see them out on the road, we always hang and chill and have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And finally, I mean, with you being one of the original members, the vocalist, you've been there for all of the ups and downs and everything this band has been through. What does Living on Borrowed Time mean to you personally, and what is it going to mean to you to have this record finally out and released?
Satisfying, to say the least. I wasn't sure if Sworn Enemy would continue after 2009.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a thing of the past. Just put it behind me and move on. But these guys in the band now, they're hungry and they want to do it, and it rekindled the flame in me. So it's satisfying to be able to say that I put out another record with Sworn Enemy, and for all of the naysayers that thought that we were done, think again.